Hey, third grade readers, welcome back to The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. I was thinking about how your third grade teacher specifically chose a challenging text because guess what, friends? This is our third round of practicing how to understand our characters on a deeper level, right? So we chose this text that is long and we've practiced our strategies again, and we've even learned signposts that help us pause and ask questions to understand our readers better. But I was wondering the other day, thinking to myself, what makes this text more difficult than Because of Winn-Dixie or because of Make Way for Diamond Daniel? And it dawned on me that our author Kate chooses some pretty challenging vocabulary words. And as I read through it, I really have to use what I know about the story and the words that Kate uses in her sentences to figure out what some of these words mean. And that's called context clues. When you're using the words around some unknown words to figure out the meaning, then you're using context clues. So I found 5 words that I thought were really difficult in just 2 pages of our Edward Tulane text, and I'm going to show you how I might use what's going on in the story to figure it out. Sometimes words are difficult to understand the meaning of because they have more than one meaning in our language. And sometimes they're just words that I'm unfamiliar with. I haven't heard them before, I haven't used them before, I haven't read them before. But have no fear, authors leave us clues throughout their writing. So let's take a look. Edward was inclined to agree with Ernest's assessment of the world being made of garbage. Now, first step, notice, I don't stop at the unknown word. I'm probably not going to have enough information and just the few words before the unknown word. I'm going to need to keep on reading, so be sure you do that when you come across this problem in your own reading. Next, I need to stop and think, what's going on in the story? Well, Edward has just been dropped off at the dump by Lolly, and Ernest is this character who wakes up each morning and proclaims he's king of the dump, talking about how dirty the garbage dump is where he is at each morning. Now, I know Edward is probably not a fan of being in the garbage dump either, right? He's come a long way since the Edward we knew in chapter 1, but I still don't think he prefers to be surrounded by trash. So as Ernest is yelling out how gross the garbage dump is, plus this word agree here, I think inclined might mean have a tendency to agree with him, is likely to agree with him. That's going to be my guess. Edward is likely to agree. And as I keep reading, I'm going to know I can always go back and change my first guess if I get more information that proves that prediction wrong. Especially after his second day at the dump, when a load of trash was deposited directly on top of him. Deposited is a little tricky. I feel like I've heard that word before and people are talking about going to the bank, having to do with money, but nothing's happening with money in this story, so I wonder if deposit might have a second meaning. Here's what I know. The trash is on top of him. I wonder if the load of trash was placed directly on top of him, right? Or laid down on top of him. That makes sense. What kept Edward going and what gave him hope was thinking of how he would find Lolly and exact his revenge. He would pick her up by the ears. He would bury her under a mountain of trash. Well, I definitely know how Edward's feeling about Lolly, and to be honest, I'm not a big fan either. What would it mean to exact revenge? I mean, I'm used to the word exact meaning correct or precise, but it's not like Edward's really answering any questions right now. I'm wondering if exact means perform or make sure it happens. He definitely wants revenge against Lolly. That's going to be my guess. I can always return and change it if I need to. But after almost 40 days and nights had passed, the weight and the smell of garbage above and below him clouded Edward's thoughts, and soon he gave up thinking about revenge and gave in to despair. This is one of those rare moments where I get a lot of information before the word. I think I have enough and I don't need to keep on reading. So I see the word but, which is the author's way of telling me something's going to change. It's been 40 days and 40 nights since he had this plan for revenge. It says he gave up thinking about revenge. So he's letting go of that and he gave in to despair. 40 days and nights. I'm thinking he no longer wants revenge and he's feeling sort of like that's never going to happen, which leads me to believe maybe despair means he's feeling a loss of hope, hopelessness, which makes sense because we know Edward feels that often in this story. Day after day passed, and Edward was aware of time passing only because every morning he could hear Ernest performing his dawn ritual, cackling and crowing about being king of the world. Ritual. Something that Edward is performing. It's happening day after day. Dawn means morning. Day after day. Something's happening day after day. It's definitely being repeated. I wonder if a ritual is something someone does that happens over and over again. See how I did that, readers? There are so many clues that can help you figure out unknown words. So I've chosen a word from chapter 14, chapter 15, and chapter 16, and I've given you some context clues. See if you can determine the meaning of these unknown words, which might be unfamiliar to you. Good luck.